Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Kash, LaHue, and I'm a branding photographer, mobile videographer, and content creator. As Natalie said, I joined Cobb Women in business last October, and I was terrified when I found out that I was supposed to introduce myself and say a few words about my business. I was totally out of my comfort zone. Fast forward about 10 months later, I'm here, terrified as well, actually, but as a speaker. And I'm going to tell you a little about Instagram Reels, about how to connect with your audience using videos, about how important are Reels for your business, how to create engaging content, and how this whole Instagram algorithm works. Okay, let's start. So let's actually start with the algorithm. So 2 years ago, my husband decided to join Instagram for the very first time. He's a weightlifter and he wanted to follow his favorite athletes, mainly strongmen. And a week after he joined Instagram, he came to me and he was like, Kash, can you tell me why anytime I open my Instagram, all I see on my main feed are weightlifters and women with big boobs? And it's algorithm, honey. It's algorithm. So basically, the algorithm is based on two things. I'm simplifying it here, but I just want everyone to understand. User interest and user relationship. When it comes to user interest, it means whether the user interacts with similar content while they explore Instagram. For instance, if you like videos of sweet little puppies, who doesn't, right? If you like them and you send them to your friend or maybe to your spouse trying to encourage your spouse for a puppy, Instagram is going to show you more and more of content like this. The second thing, user relationships. It means continual and repeat engagement on your posts. It's important to build loyal community, and it's important to hack a little bit this Instagram algorithm. Example here. If somebody likes your posts, likes your comments on your post, Instagram algorithm is going to make sure you will see a lot of content of this person on a regular basis. Okay. Do you know the difference between Reels and static posts? Of course, here by Reels, I mean short videos you post online, and by static posts, I mean either pictures or like graphic you design in Canva, something static. Do you know the difference?
Instagram likes videos more.
Yes. How much more?
I don't know.
Reels get 67% more engagement than standard posts. That's a lot, right? So what does it mean to you? Posting Reels on a regular basis gives you a bigger chance to grow your audience, to get more followers, and eventually convert your followers into your clients. The another good thing is it doesn't really matter if you have 200 followers or 10,000 followers. Your Reel can go viral no matter how small or how big your account is. Why is it possible? It's because Reels algorithm is built to recommend the content primarily to non-followers, whereas static posts are primarily shown to your followers. Meaning you can achieve much better results when you post Reels, and opposite to standard static posts. Okay, but how to create this engaging content? There are several factors that determine if your video is engaging, and you can find all of them in statistics. Do you know how to get to your statistics? Yes. Everyone? Okay, so I will tell you quickly. So basically, you go on your one of your reels if you created any, and above. That was not planned. That was not planned. You go to your reels, and above your name is View Insights. And Insights here will tell you everything you need to know about this particular piece of content. It's going to show you how many views you got, how many likes you got, how many comments you got, how many people share, and how many people save your thing. There's much more stuff you can find out from here, and I will be happy to discuss it later if you have any questions. But definitely, I recommend you to check your statistics pretty often, because it tells you more about your audience preferences. It tells you everything. So I really recommend it. So there are several, as you said, as you see, there are several different things. But from my experience, and I've been creating reels for myself, for my private account, for my business account, and for my clients for almost 2 years. So from my experience, there are 3 things that are most important: number of saves, number of shares, and average watch time. With number of saves, obviously we mean how many people save your content to come back to it later. With the number of shares, it's about how many people share your content, either on their Insta story or privately send us direct message to others, to coworkers, friends, whoever. And the average watch time means how much time people spend watching your content. And here's the tricky part here, because if your average, like, it all depends on how long your reel is. If your reel is, let's say, 15 seconds and average watch time is 14 seconds, it means it's really good average watch time, because most of the users stay till the end. Other situation, your reel is 60 seconds and your average watch time is 14 seconds, is not as good, because it means it was pretty boring and people scroll. We have like really short span attention here, so you really need to try hard to catch this attention, right? Pretty quickly. Okay, and if the numbers, like 3 of them, in my opinion, they're most important. If numbers are good, Instagram is going to show your video to more and more people. Okay, but how to make a reel that is going to engage people? And I usually here, I recommend one thing. Before you post your video, I would encourage you to look at it as a cold audience. By cold audience means complete strangers, people who never had any interaction with you, people who never have like a relationship with you, who don't know you, don't know anything about you. And if you look at this as a stranger, it's easier to be objective about the content we create. Because of course, all we create is good, right? But like, it's good to be critical here and ask yourself 3 important questions. Would I save it and come back to it later? Would I share it either on my stories or with my friends or coworkers? And the third question, what value does it bring to people? And I'll give you an example here. So you go to this exotic vacation, and there's this beautiful sunset on this exotic beach. It's just gorgeous. And of course, you want to record it because it's pretty and you want to share it with people, right? Because it's just like nice thing you can record. You add like trending audio. You add CTA. I can tell you what CTA is in a second. Everything is great. And yet your reel gets 100 views and 3 likes, including your parents. What could possibly go wrong? Do you know? My husband actually discouraged me to say everything, but like, it didn't give any value. It's not educational. It's not entertaining. Who is going to share a reel of your pre-sunset? It's not even their own memory, right? And again, I'm not saying it to discourage you to ever post anything like, like memories from vacation or beautiful moment with family. You can post it, but be aware why engagement is very low. It's because this stuff is not shareable or is nothing people would like to save. What to do instead, and what kind of reels you should post to raise your engagement. I'll give you a few examples. Tutorial and life hacks. One of the most favorite category when it comes to reels. Whatever valuable knowledge you have, you can share it with people so they can save it and use it later. You are an expert in your area. You know a lot about your business. You have like a nice niche. You can share it in this simple way so people can save it. It can be anything, honestly. If you're a cake artist, it can be a cake recipe people would like to try later. If you are like, if you refinish furniture, It can be step-by-step tutorial how to refinish wooden piece, right? Something that gives people like, okay, I like it. I need to save it for later, because that kind of makes people, okay, I don't have time for this right now, but I will definitely like to try this recipe. So this is one category, tutorials. Comparisons. People love comparisons. Either before and after, Instagram versus reality, expectation versus reality, all kind of stuff. And it can be used in many niche. If you are like hairstylist, for example, you don't want to show just the final effect. Show before and after. Show the comparisons. Show like, like if you're business owner and you just want to show a little bit of your work, but show always comparisons. They are really something people would save and share. Another thing, relatable content. People love content they can relate to. So, for example, if you struggle with something as a business owner and you make a reel about it, like I was thinking about like the beginning of April when I tried to put my taxes together, and my husband is rushing because he's a tax person. So like he's rushing, like, why do you have, and then I struggle and there's like few days only left. I feel like many business owners have the same problem. So if I share it with them, many people can relate to it. They be like, I have the same thing. So share something people or your target audience can relate to. Another thing, humorous reels. Who doesn't want a good laugh? Everyone loves reels that make you entertained, that make you happy. Behind the scenes, another category. I would love you to show the process, not just the final effect, show the process. People don't want to see perfection. They want to see how you work on things, how you process, the process of creation. Whatever job you do, show them how you get there. Like do time lapse of you working. Just show them the process, because behind the scenes are really, like, people really appreciate to see a little bit behind the scenes of your work. And another category, and I'm putting it at the end for a purpose because they're trends. And every day there's a new trend that goes viral on Instagram, every other day probably. People make videos, then get high engagement, and until the trend dies and there's a new one to replace it. And if you are comfortable with it, of course. It's not usually my favorite category, but if you are comfortable, like just doing TikTok dance, or if you're comfortable doing some trends, try it. It can give you a lot of engagement for sure, because usually when you have like big trends, they are it's a really short time frame where you can post them, like usually 2 days after they're new. But try something like this if you are okay with it. Don't do anything against, like if you don't like, I don't know, like rap music, don't dance to rap music, because that's not you. But if the trends are similar to something you would post, try it, because why not? There's just several examples. I think the most important part is to find kind of reels that fit your business, that fit your niche, that are okay with you, that you are comfortable with posting. Because some people like to make fun, some people like to be silly, be funny. I'm okay with it, but I know some people are not. So try, maybe be an expert. Try to show more tutorials. Try to show more life hacks. Just pick several categories and try them on. And you're gonna see from statistics what your audience enjoys most. You will see exactly, okay, my humorous reels get much more views than my life hacks, or my comparison are the most watched reels in my feed. So you will see, when you post several, you will see what your audience enjoys the most. Okay, so who of you post reels on a regular basis? On a regular basis. Okay, we have some people. Okay. And who would like to post reels on a regular basis but doesn't know where to start? Okay, a little more. Okay. Okay, so there are 3 things I encourage you to do. Start with a plan. Make a plan. Write down what would you like to record reels about. Save some inspiration. Save some ideas. Brainstorm. Just think of all the subjects. It doesn't have to be just take a notebook and write down everything you would like to record about. Also, with making plan, figure out how often you can post. Figure out realistically how much time do you have to post reels. Because, I had like many students who said, yeah, I'll post every day. Every day is ambitious. We have lives, we have families, we have jobs, we have businesses. It's really hard to post every single day. And I would prefer you to post 2-3 times a week instead of posting 7 days a week and then forgetting about Instagram for a month because there was too much,
And
Yep.
one thing I will say, one thing I do appreciate about Reels. So if I post something, I like to do it first thing in the morning because I think most of us first thing we do is grab our phone in the morning,
True.
right? So I want it to be there. But the nice thing with Reels is you can save them as a draft.
Yes.
So a lot of times what I'll do is start working on it like a day or two in advance and just save it in my draft.
That's a great idea.
Next day, that morning I know that I want to post it. It's there, set, ready to go.
So. I usually recommend either saving a folder with your videos or stuff you want to post. So whenever is your time to post, let's say it's Wednesday and you want to post something, you don't have okay, I have no idea what I'm supposed to say here. So just having the bank of ideas or drafts or whatever is going to help you and make this,
No, isn't it just time? I don't know if it's time consuming, but you do TikTok or you do a reel in TikTok. Can you use that same reel on the Instagram, or do you have to create a new reel on Instagram?
You don't have to, but make sure if you post on Instagram a reel with the water sign of TikTok, the TikTok will give you this. I know you can remove it somehow, but if you post on Instagram with a TikTok sign, it's not going to get you good reach because of course, they are competitors, so they don't want TikToks on Instagram. But you can use the same.
You can save your video on TikTok before you post it, and then it saves it without a reel.
Exactly.
Website that will wipe your...
So you totally can post two things, probably not at the same time, but you can totally post on two platforms. Just remember about this sign.
So you have to create, then literally, if not, you have to create on TikTok and then recreate on the reel.
No.
I mean, if you don't wipe the sign off. No.
No, you don't depending how you create. If you create in TikTok, you always need to save it before you post it, because after you post it, it's gonna give you the sign.
Okay, I think I understand.
Yeah, we'll go through it during questions, but yeah, definitely you can use the same content. Nobody asks you to do different reels for different platforms. It's too much, so definitely you can reuse it. So yeah, figuring out how much time you have realistically to spend on your reels and how many reels you can post a week. It's better to have 2, but every week instead of, again, every single day and then forget about it. The next thing, don't overthink it. Don't wait. Because we have tendency, we try to be perfect. We try to get I will start posting when I get better at editing. I will start posting when I lose some weight. I will start posting, when I get my hair done. We always wait for something. We always wait for the perfect moment. There's no perfect moment. The only thing we can wait for is for the algorithm to change and start promoting something else, and we're screwed because we have to learn a new thing. So right now, don't overthink it. Don't try to be perfect. Better is done than perfect, right? So don't wait and just start posting. That's the third point. Start posting and enjoy. Probably your first or second reel is not going to go viral. Probably is not going to get a lot of views. Probably it's not going to be beautiful. But you take this step to start creating. You learn how to do it. You pick up pretty quickly. If you don't know any apps of video editing, start editing in Instagram. It's a perfect tool, and it's enough for a moment. Reels that go viral don't have to be perfect. My best reels on my private account got 2 million views, I believe. Probably 27,000 saves and almost as many shares. I can show you statistics. It was made at the airport, and it was literally it was funny. It was humorous reel, but it was not. It was not something I worked on for a long time. I literally had time to post it before my plane took off. So it was not perfect. So don't try to achieve perfection before you start. Start right now, and you're gonna be few steps ahead of people who wait.